Namaskar. Welcome to the Snake Master program. It is a pleasure to be here, the location of our first rescue call today. The village atmosphere is wonderful. The clucking of chickens is pleasant, and the chirping of little birds adds to the charm. Even the faint sounds of crickets give a sense of calm. We are now standing in Thiruvananthapuram district on the bypass road leading to Kanyakumari at a place called Mannamvila near Karode at a dear friend's house. The family members suddenly saw a snake under the cage of lovebirds, which then slithered towards the potted plants. We haven't seen it yet. We have just arrived and haven't entered the house. Looking at this narrow path in front of their home, I am reminded of what I always tell people in the event of an accident. There should be enough space for at least 4 people to carry the victim to the road where vehicles can pass. That's also part of our safety guidelines. This path isn't very wide, but so be it. Ayo, the pet dog has already started barking. It is a feast for the eyes to see the green plants and grass here. Let's check with the family for further details. Namaskar, mother. How are you? This Amma is the homemaker. You are the one who called me, right? What's your name?
Binish.
Binish. Amma, where did you see it? Under this cage? What's inside this? Nothing. There is nothing inside. Were there any birds? There were birds, but we don't keep any now. In this cage, nothing? Nothing. There are no holes anywhere. So where did it go? It must have gone that way. It isn't possible for a snake to enter through this fine net. A couple of days ago, when we went for a rescue at Mannamvila, the bird cage there was kept at about the level of my head. Yet a 1 meter long cobra managed to sneak in, swallow 3 fledglings and kill 2 birds. That cage was placed close to the wall. Here there is a gap between the cages, that's good. But keeping cages too close to one another is not safe. Also, those who breed birds should not keep items like this beneath the cage. A snake can climb up such objects and enter through the damaged edges of the cage. Don't keep the cage close to the wall and don't let climbers spread over it. A snake can climb the plants and enter the cage through a hole or broken part. Once a snake catches a bird inside a cage, it will linger around the cage and may hide in a nearby hole or burrow. So be careful about that. However, I shall never say you shouldn't keep plants or gardens at home. Just do it wisely. Remember, though, that yards with overgrowth are places snakes prefer to live. They say the snake went through this area, so let's check. See this green plant. It is used for making flower garlands. I don't often see this plant nowadays, but I remember seeing it on the banks of the Akulam backwaters during my school days. There is a fish tank here. Now moving ahead, there is a water tank and the dog nearby. The dog barked a little when we arrived. I don't see the snake anywhere here. Recently, we found a snake hiding inside a discarded helmet, another one inside a copper vessel kept under a staircase. We have seen many such cases before and our viewers will recall those incidents, including when we took out a king cobra from inside a car bonnet. They said it is big, but we don't know yet whether it is really big or small. Snakes can easily stay hidden beneath these creepers. Looking closely, the grass and foliage here are tightly packed. A snake could sit inside, but since the grass hasn't moved and there are no signs of disturbance, I am putting my hand in boldly, assuming there is no snake. Look at this beautifully planted pot. There is nothing here. Now look at this gate. There is a gap underneath. Maybe it went out through here. They said the dog was barking strangely, perhaps after seeing the snake. This stand here is visible. There is nothing underneath, so we can see clearly. The snake isn't here. They said it is a big snake, maybe over a meter long, but that doesn't necessarily mean it is massive. There are no holes or burrows here. Usually snakes leave tracks, but we can't see them because there is a lot of trash on the ground. Even if a snake has crawled over the wall, there wouldn't be any marks left. The wet hard mud also doesn't show trail marks unless it is dry and sandy. Look here, there is some rubbish, and if the snake is under it, we wouldn't notice. By the way, the dog is barking seriously. Not sure why. Only this much area is left to be checked. Luckily, there is no burrow under this wall. Otherwise, we would have had to demolish part of the base. If baby snakes hide under this trash, they will be hard to find. If the snake slithered along the wall, the dog would turn towards it and bark furiously. This isn't a stone but a concrete slab. The plants are neatly arranged here. One suggestion: between two flower pots, leave a distance of at least 10 inches. They said the dog was seen barking looking at this spot. When I tapped the ground here, I could hear a small sound. So the snake must be inside this bush. See, the grass here has been flattened, so the snake must have slithered over it. Now look, there is our guest. The young man who called me said it seemed to be a huge, dangerous snake. But on close inspection, it is not that big. I have handled cobras weighing 4 kilograms before, but this one seems younger, about 4 or 5 years old, and from its skin pattern it appears to be female. See, it has moved to the other side. There is a chance the onlookers might run away. There it goes. This is a female cobra. This is a female cobra. It is not an aged snake and only around 4 years old. After laying eggs, it must have come here in search of food or water and got stranded. There are no buildings, only large yards downwards. Good that the dog saw it and started barking, otherwise it might have climbed over the cage. There are also hens here. There are many cases where snakes kill hens and eat their eggs. From the size and skin pattern, we can identify the gender. This one is female. It is moving here and there, and now it has gone to that corner. It is trying to climb up the wall. It must be returning through the path it came in. I think the family members sprinkled kerosene or diesel around the cage to keep ants away. are hens here. If the snake reaches the coop, it might kill them, and if it enters the lovebird's nest, it will kill them too. But we can't blame snakes. Hens and birds are their natural prey. Incidentally, cobras have bitten me more often than vipers during rescues.
Common symptoms of a bite include intense pain at the site, swelling with fluid accumulation, blackening of the tissue, bleeding from the mouth, body paralysis, immobility of limbs, difficulty keeping the neck straight, inability to move the tongue, trouble swallowing, lip drooping, foaming at the mouth, drooping of eyelids, and blurred vision. Eventually, respiratory distress may occur. Despite its dangers, several medicines are derived from the venom of the Indian cobra.
Yesterday, I received photos of two women with the message that they had received snake bites. Thankfully, one was bitten by a rat snake, a non-venomous species. Interestingly, the other case wasn't a snake bite at all. A thorn prick was mistaken for one. The woman was admitted for observation, but I advised her to get discharged. Anyway, when we say you must love snakes, we don't mean to keep them at home. Let them live freely in the wild and open spaces. Brother, could you get me a sack? So we are securing the snake carefully. Remember, this is a tired female who laid eggs and came here in search of food. I'm always cautious about cobras that have laid eggs. One such bite cost me my finger. A cobra that comes searching for food after laying eggs can be dangerous because its venom will be highly potent, even fatal. This female must have laid around 18 eggs somewhere outside and then come here in search of food. I'm sure our viewers enjoyed this rescue at Mr. Binish's house. Until next time, thanks from both of us.